Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a drugstore affordable makeup tutorial, a little bit warmer than usual, a little smoky, and just something pretty and natural and also something accessible. All these products are either drugstore or can be found at Target or the mass section in Ulta. So if you wanna see how we got this makeup look, just keep watching. We're also gonna start with a little blowout tutorial. I have partnered with Lifen today and I'm really excited. We've done a partnership before. Thank you, Lifen, for sponsoring today's video. And I'm gonna show you my hair transformation journey that happens every week because not everybody knows this, but I have very coarse waves and I have to blow my hair out. So let's just jump right into it. We're gonna start with a little Lifen demo. I'm gonna show you how I go from this to this and tell you a little bit more about the Lifen SE.
So let's start with some key functions. You see this back here, there's this ring light around the top. This is going to indicate what heat setting you're on, and with a push of the button, you can change from cold, warm to hot. But if you long hold that button, it will turn purple, and then you'll be in the hot cold cycling mode where it cycles for you on its own in between hot, cold, and warm. I think that's really helpful if you're rough drying the hair and want different heat settings on the scalp versus the ends. And then I always like to use a good round brush and roll out the bottom of the ends so that they flip out like this. And it was so funny, I kept blowing my brush off my desk because this is so strong. I wanted to show you that because I thought it was funny. This dryer is super lightweight, so you won't strain your arms. I'm able to get to the back of my head with pretty much no trouble, because some dryers are too heavy, it's hard to get the back. But because this is so light, you can flip it upside down, get the back of the head, and kind of tailor your blowout. I like my ends flipped, as we know, so I like to hold the blow dryer upside down. And again, it's on cycle 1 because it's already very strong on its own. I only use number 2 for rough drying the hair. My sister borrows this from me sometimes and she has straight hair. She doesn't have to round brush it and she finishes her whole head in 15 minutes. Me, it definitely takes 30, but that's because I'm really getting in there and smoothing out every single piece. To me, that's worth it because it will last a week. Now I'm gonna give you my final thoughts.
Wow, I feel like a different person. So here's the finished look of the blowout. I swear, a blowout makes me feel polished, okay? Because when my hair's all scraggly, it dries in a way. People always say they want to see a natural hair journey out of me. It's never gonna happen because my curls, they're too fried. They don't dry in a nice way, but this is so nice. And then the Lifen really just solves a lot of issues for me because any kind of drugstore hair dryer or like gym hair dryer, I always bring this one to the gym, cannot get my hair dry fast enough. It would take over an hour. Whereas this, I can do my whole head of hair in 30 minutes. Might seem like a lot, but I have a lot of layers of hair as you saw. And because the texture's so tight, I need something powerful. And also it's just so good for travel. This has been to like 6 different gyms. This has been to Mexico with me. I'm really happy with it. If you want to get your own, make sure to check out my link in bio. Let me know any questions you might have. And yeah, now we'll start our makeup look. I wanted to do a makeup look today that was affordable, so we're gonna use some L'Oreal products, Maybelline, ColourPop, Pacifica, and just do a natural but beautiful glam. So let's get started. I'm going to prime my eyes with the NYX Born This Way concealer. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealers. I have a few favorites, to be honest. I feel like the drugstore makes some of the best concealers. I love the Pacifica one. I love this one from NYX. There's a ColourPop one that I'm obsessed with. Concealer, I feel like you can go a little cheaper with. It doesn't cover your whole face, so it's not that important, not as important as foundation. We're gonna start on the eyes and then I think we'll move into skin. Yeah, let's use this because I see some pretty colors here and it'll be bronzy-ish, but not too much. So we'll start with this color down here because I like the undertone to this. And this is Pacifica's Magical Eyeshadows. I'm pretty sure this is available at Target, but I'll link or tag it wherever I can. Some people have been asking me where certain products are. They're either tagged to the video, like on the screen it should show tags, or if I couldn't find it, it wasn't taggable, then it will be in the text box. So it's gotta be in either one of those places. And this shade is blending really, really nicely. I haven't used this palette much. I've used it like a handful of times, but I like how there's that mid-range tone. Not every palette includes that, and I really feel like that's a need for me. Now let's go into this shade called Lion. This looks really pretty, and I wanna put this on the lid. If it's not enough pop, I have some ColourPop shimmers that we can put on top of it, but let's just see where we get with this, because I like neutrals, especially in my eyeshadows. These eyeshadows are pretty silky. They're not like crazy popping or anything, but they are easy to use, and that blend on the matte shade was nice. And let's use a little bit of the white color too, just to brighten things, not too much. I like matte in the inner corner. I don't really like shimmer in the inner corner. I do it sometimes, but I prefer this. I find it to be more brightening when it's matte. That looks good. Let's just pop a little of this ColourPop on for fun. This is Amaze in the Super Shock shadow. Some people have said that these are dupes for like Danessa Myricks, Pat McGrath. I would say no, they're not, but they are nice. I don't think there's anything. I saw a comment today too saying that X, Y, and Z was a dupe for Pat McGrath. The Pat McGrath glitters, I have not seen a dupe. I don't believe they can be duped. I believe that other products can be good, but duping that? No, just don't think it's a thing. And I'm talking more specifically about like the glittery shades. Sure, maybe some matte colors could be duped, but those glitters, there's something special. I've been in makeup for a long time. I've been a working makeup artist for a long time, and there's something special about those. Here it is. So we're gonna put this greeny tone from ColourPop. I want like an earthy look. This is the shade Wildcat, and we're gonna put this in the waterline. And in the lash line a little bit too. A little bit in this upper inner corner, but should I do it across? Why not? I'm gonna do black or brown too, so whatever. We'll just tie this color in up here too. I love the ColourPop color liners, they're just good. And let's take our Amazon Colorkey and just run this along the lash line. And don't be afraid to blend your liquid eyeliners. They blend, the right ones will blend, some won't. But this one blends great, and I like blending it just because it gives it a little bit of softness. Diffuses it a little bit. And I like to blend it and then add more so that the black is still punchy enough. Because if you overblend and then you lose the depth of color, some of us, I'm mostly talking about me, but I look like a naked mole rat without some definition in my face, but not everybody does. And just flicking that out, and then I'm gonna blend that as well. I'd like to put some shadow to this too and just get a little bit more smoke. So why don't we use, let's use a little black. Yeah. If you ever find you want to bump up your makeup but you don't feel like looking like really shadowy this day or whatever, you don't want to go dark in the crease, you can just smoke the lid. And that adds a lot of pop without making the makeup look too makeup-y. See, you couldn't see that much fallout on my face, but look how much I found. The little dots will drop onto your under eye, and then if you put foundation over them, they'll smear all over your face. And even if you're able to kind of like blend it out and like fix it, it will turn your concealer gray. When I'm with clients too, doing their makeup, I will never not wipe the under eye with Bioderma after we finish. Also, this is the Maybelline Curl Bounce. I've had this sample for a while. I like this mascara. Most of my full-size mascaras in my collection right now are not Drugstore, but this is one of the ones that I actually like, because sometimes affordable makeup, because you can't open it and look at it and swatch the colors and test it out, I get a lot more duds just because you can't get into the product. So sometimes I feel like, oh man, instead of having 2 of those drugstore things, I could have had like 1 Sephora brand thing or like 1 Rare Beauty or whatever. So I like to carefully purchase drugstore makeup. Like I go in with a plan, I research it first because I don't like just having stuff just to have it. I want everything to work. I got these Ardell balayage things a while ago at the drugstore. And these are brown lashes. I probably should have used brown mascara, but let's try them. My lash lift has been so aggressive that this is my first time wearing a strip in a long time. But they look cute to me. Fingers crossed. In terms of eyelashes, Ardell is one of my favorite affordable brands. Let's go ahead and drop this into the lash line and hope that my lash lift will allow it. Oh, this is what I thought it would be. It's like a cat eye, like a pretty cat eye effect. Kind of hard to pinch it with this frickin' lash lift, but that looks cute. I'm gonna do the other one and then come right back. I'm gonna use this Luminous brush. You guys know I've partnered with them a million trillion times. And then I also partnered with L'Oreal this month, and I actually really like this foundation because it has this pearly situation to it. It's like a hyaluronic tinted serum foundation, and I like the pearl aspect. If you like to be glowy, you might like this. It's also like a skin tint, so it's not too foundation-y, which we know I like. Last week, I tried the Urban foundation, and I liked it, but at the end of the day, I'm not really like a foundation wearer, like a heavy foundation. Like most of the products I like are either skin tints or they're like, the Kojen Dough is like, it's not marketed as a skin tint, but if you ask me what it is, it's still a skin tint. And this one is also more of a skin tint. I don't want my coverage in my foundation. And it's not to say that like the UD one isn't good, or like Dior, for example, they make a beautiful foundation, but I don't even like that on me. I like to wear skin tints. I just find it more breathable, and my skin looks better in less coverage. I don't look good in, like, the more coverage that I put, because I do my eyes and I bleach my hair and I overline my lips and I'm always wearing eyeliner. I think that plays something in it too, that like, it's like, how far can I go while still maintaining a little bit of a natural look? So maybe it's just personal style, but to me, something like this, I like this look better. If I were going to an event or out, yeah, maybe I would put something heavier. But would I? Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I like skin tints. I have the new L'Oreal concealer too, but I'm gonna use this one because I don't know where it went, to be honest. And I like a little more concealer. I like a little more punch of a concealer because I do more sheer coverage. Having the concealer is kind of like what cleans everything up, if that makes sense. Because there's still some discoloration that always peeks through. I have dark under eyes, I have some redness, and having a good amount of coverage in the concealer levels out that sort of lack of coverage in the foundation. And this NYX one, I've liked it for a long time. A lot of products I kind of fall off the wagon with because there's always something new. And then I jump on board like whatever train that I like in that moment, like whatever is kind of current. But this one, it just beats out a lot of the new cool things that are coming up. Like, I'd rather wear this than Hourglass, and Hourglass is like a $40 concealer. Granted, I like the Hourglass too. There's lots of things that I like, but this, it's just nice. Sometimes I wear it as foundation because it has a little extra coverage, but it remains thin. I like these sort of serum-y products. And we're also, now that we've got some base on, we're gonna brighten up that inner corner. This is my favorite trick. You'd have to go, if you're a lot tanner than me, you might need like more of a beige color, but I love brightening up the eye by putting white in that inner corner when I feel like my makeup is slightly dark. Like if I line the top and lower waterline, which I did today, then I like to open it back up by putting this white right here. And I bring it in a little bit, as much as it needs for blending. Using a clean brush to blend it. Yeah, I don't know, I like that. And then I'm gonna take a little of that Swan shade and just go a little in here just to kind of ombre it. It's funny because I put shimmer shadows and then I cover them up in matte. I like a hybrid. Like if I'm gonna do shimmer, I want some matte in there because I feel like matte makeup on the eyes especially, it gives it the face and on the skin, it gives it structure. I'm gonna use the ColourPop bronze sticks. I don't always contour the nose, but why not? And this is a bronze stick, but it's slightly cool. It could kind of contour the skin as well. And I always like to blend my contour with the same foundation brush because it has excess, or maybe not excess, but it has the product in the brush. So then it helps the blending experience. It just makes it easier. A lot of YouTube video beauty gurus, they'll do all different brushes and they have these amazing brush collections. I actually don't have a crazy brush collection because all brushes that are really good, I always put in my pro kit. So I kind of have to get creative. And also I like using 1 or 2 brushes, like 1 or 2 on the eye, 1 or 2 on the complexion. I don't know why I like doing that, but I like it when all the makeup kind of mixes together and it blends itself in. And I don't take the nose contour too seriously. Maybe I should, but. The question of the hour is, do we do a peach or pink cheek? I really want to do a pink one, but I have this one, the Pixie on the Glow blush. You know what? Let's use this one because the ColourPop is really hard to find. But what the fuck? This is in the cap. Whoa. You know, I'm just gonna go in like how I did with the bronzer. I'm gonna scrape it from inside the tube. It's so annoying. The ColourPop's cheaper, but they only sell that on one very specific retailer that I feel like not everybody uses because you have to download an app. So let's use this. You know what? It's time for a change. I've been in my baby pink, like I've been like obsessed with baby pinks blushes. Like it's all I've worn pretty much. And I need to get over it and start using some other stuff that I have. I need to grow up and grow a pair. No, just kidding. It's not serious, but. Also, you guys wouldn't believe the idiotic texts I'm getting. So I matched with this guy on Hinge this week and he's a cute guy and the cute guys are always foolish. And he texted me the other day at 11 o'clock. I had only just given out my number to him like that day. And he's like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to get some drinks? And I'm like, you must be smoking drugs. No. Then today, he pretty much drops off because I wasn't super nice to him. Then today he texts me, want to hang out tonight? Like, no. Hang out with you? Plan a date, brother. But I am going on a date in 2 days, which is why I'm so glad that I did my blowout today because the day of, there's no time. And the day before, there's no time. Today was the day, and this will last, this blowout, this will last until like Sunday. Right now it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe Monday actually. Do a little mascara on the lower lash line. Now I will say I like this, but I like the Benefit over anything else. I like the Smashbox a lot too. And now I'm also liking the Limitless, this Ilia. I like the Benefit the most though, period. Oh, I didn't like any mascara until I got a lash lift and religiously use Scora Lash. I'm still using Scora Lash and I love it. So I'm gonna use this ColourPop stick as well. I depotted most of it for my sisters. And this is in the shade Molten Hot. I have to dip into it because again, it's twisted all the way up, but there's still a lot of product in there. And I like doing this as opposed to like a highlight shade because I like when my highlight flows with my blush. I like when they become one. I'm really interested in trying the Rare Beauty. They're like blush highlighters. And there's a shade that's very neutral. I can't remember the name, but it looks so nice. I'm gonna buy one of those soon. What happens is I wait until I get into the shopping spirit because, like, let's be honest, I don't need that. But one day I might get into the spirit and make a purchase. Now I have some Ben Nye powder mixed into this. So this is partially clear and partially pink. The pink, sometimes it's just a little too punchy for me. So I'm gonna use the one that I mixed together, but it is Ben Nye brand. I just don't have its original packaging. I'm gonna go ahead and cook this face. I'm looking really glowy. That L'Oreal is really glowy. And so is that blush. So this is gonna help me. And again, create some structure because sometimes we lose a little bit of that when everything is glowy. And I've been liking glowy lately, but I like matte too. And yeah, I have the One Size Pink powder. That formula is really nice. And I like the color a little bit more than the Pretty Pink from Ben Nye, but the Pretty Pink is a lot cheaper. So it's all just about what you're looking for. There's so many products that are similar to each other. And not everything has to be expensive. It's nice to have a good powder, but like Makeup Revolution, Ben Nye has been used by like every makeup artist from the beginning of time. I'm gonna take a little Lumi Glotion and I hope it doesn't pick up the product. Sometimes if you're not careful, you have to be so careful with the Lumi Glotion when you put it on top of product because it wants to pick it up. So forget about blending. Like, you're just gonna place that and you are not gonna blend it. Oh, it survived. Okay, now this is one of my favorite cheap lip liners. It's like $4.50. It's by Lamel. Look at the use I'm getting out of this. It's not that old. And it's just like a good My Lips But Better color. It's like a rosy taupe, which is can't be beat in my opinion. And then I also got this new Catrice lipstick. And while it's not my favorite, I do like. I wish that like this color came in full pigment because it's much more sheer than like it seems to be. And because it's more sheer, it's not as pale. Okay, you guys, I think this is our look. I'm happy here. I'm feeling confident. This is good practice for my date in a couple days. Let me know what you think about this look. I'll see you for the next one. And don't forget to check out Life In if you are interested. All links and codes and everything will be in the link below. They sell on Amazon. Love them. This saves me lots of time.